Hey everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to talk about a pair of headphones that I bought actually a while ago and have been always coming back to just because they're that good. Now, they're not perfect, but they're actually quite nice, and especially for working out, which they've been designed for. The company is called BlueAnt, and I believe they're from Australia, and these are the Pump Zone headphones. They're over the ear and they're fantastic, and the first thing that drew me into them was the fact that the ear cups are perforated and they dry very quickly. So they're designed for working out. They're designed to deal with sweat so that instead of retaining it, it actually dries it out quite nicely. And the YouTuber actually who turned me on to these is a guy named Antoine. His handle is Just Doing Life. I highly suggest that you go to him for tech reviews, and he's just a really good overall guy. Now, for the headphones themselves, I bought them and I wasn't sure exactly what to expect other than what I saw in reviews. And wow, they deliver, because for working out, I wasn't expecting the best audio quality, but they're very good. And I'm used to a lot of American brands, and the fact that I was going to kind of go on a limb and take a chance with something from Australia was, I was a little apprehensive, but I wanted to give them an honest try, and at the time they were about $50, maybe a little bit less, but it wasn't a big investment. So, and that also kept my expectations in check. They're not $200, $300 headphones. They were about $50. Nowadays they go upwards of like $200, $250. I've even seen $300, which I wouldn't spend that much for them. But for some reason, I don't see them as often, or I don't see them even near the price that I paid for them. So that must have been like a promotional price or something. But in terms of sound quality, very nice. The bass is present. Now, it's not as much as another pair of headphones that I have that I'll talk about another time, but it's there, it's present, it's more than most headphones offer, so you'll definitely get the feeling of bass, especially when you break them in and you listen to songs that have a lot of bass, maybe like EDM or hip-hop or something like that. You'll feel the bass, especially when you turn it up. Now, for volume, one thing that I knocked the JBL Under Armour trained headphones was the fact they didn't quite get as loud as I'd like them to be. So these, absolutely, I can max them out, but I don't have to. In fact, most of the time I don't. I actually leave it around 75, 80% volume, and I'm perfectly happy. Maybe if I'm going really heavy on a day, or if I'm tired on a day when I work out, maybe I'll go higher than that. But otherwise, in terms of volume, I think they're absolutely great. One little drawback that I do have with the sound profile is the treble. The bass is great. The mids are pushed a little bit forward, so things like vocals are definitely audible. But when it comes to the highs, the treble, a little bit less. I'd say that's the one aspect of the frequency that is just a little bit lacking. But otherwise, it's a very nice dynamic pair of headphones. It makes listening to music a lot of fun, especially when you're working out. So they have enough bass to kind of keep you pumped up, no pun intended, and the mids are clear and forward enough so that vocals don't get drowned out by the bass, and the treble is there, but I would have liked it to be a little bit more present, a little bit higher, but that's nitpicking really. So they're not a perfect pair of headphones. I wasn't expecting that, and for an over the ear headphone, they stay on very well, save for maybe a couple explosive lifts, maybe an Olympic lift, Pendlay row, things like that, snatch. They'll come loose a little bit, but otherwise for most exercises, especially most conventional lifts, they'll stay on your head just fine. It's a nice adjustable headband. They're comfortable that when they sit on your ears, and I'm happy with these headphones. And again, they're probably the first actual workout headphones I ever bought, other than like earbuds. But in terms of over the head, over the ear more specifically on this one, they deliver quite well, and I would highly recommend them. Just be careful about where you buy them, because they tend to be in the hundreds now, where again I paid about $50. So if you can get them for $100 or less, I think they're still really worth having, especially if you work out. Alright guys, thank you so much, and remember, adopt, don't shop.